Hi, Cancer. How about a Metal Dog Tarot reading for you today? Working through the cardinal signs today. Did all the fixed ones yesterday. And now I'm going to start with you and hit up fire, earth, and air later on tonight. But I wanted to start with you, Cancer. I'm just going to do a quick 4-card spread and then clarify the Mystic Mondays spread with a good tarot, which for some reason I associate with Cancer. So let's see what the cards want to say to you about your release, your embrace, something that the cards want you to know, some kind of hidden influence, and the possible future outcomes here. So let's see. Let's see what these cards want to tell you, my dear. Well, there's the devil on the bottom of the deck. Well, let's cut that again. See if the devil comes up for you. The devil came up for Scorpio. Let's see. Your release is an Ace of Cups. Yeah. That was important in the Aquarius reading, this idea of having something to give. And I see again here, this card is, there's some kind of feeling in bondage or obligation here. So maybe you need to release yourself from this bondage in order to bring your heart forth. That's different from how I read it in others. This is what the message is for you, Cancer. Your embrace is Princess of Pentacles. To embrace some little message or bringing some message, to become ready for that. So I see this releasing yourself from withholding your heart and then making it an offer in this very practical, simple way. So we'll see what else, whether that's remains a story, we will see. So hidden from you, what you want to know. So we have a 9 of Pentacles going on here. So cards want you to know that you're fine materially. You're safe. You're good on your own. You're autonomous. You're this magnificent peacock here. This is a card of a solitary person. So it seems like something that you would know, but it may be something that you don't know, that there is a 9 of Pentacles. I can see the Princess of Pentacles is making a 10th pentacle offer to that 9 of Pentacles. So this could be that you're just on the verge of completion of a cycle in the very 3D world. And it feels like you need to know that you're solitary and that this is perhaps, maybe you think you want to be not solitary. I don't know. Let's learn. We'll learn as we go. And coming up here is the end of something. You're finishing some cycle. This is in your possible future outcome here as a world. Something is major cycle of your life is finishing, and you are preparing to go on to the next stage. It's very much the time of year we are in. Aries is the beginning of a new astrological year. So let's see what else we have. So there's you on the bottom of the deck, the Queen of Cups. So your authentic, true nature are the underlying reason for this. So this is very much reminding me of, it's time to release yourself from bondage, to bring your heart back into the world. So there's a kind of returning to yourself. You're sitting here pretty in the 9 of Pentacles, but there's change coming. The world, something is going to change because we have an ending coming up ahead. And not a bad ending, like not a tower or death, although both are Scorpio cards. But the kind of ending where you finished. You've done the thing, the big thing. It's time to start the next phase of your life. Let's see though. When we clarify, we always find out so much more about what's going on the surface of these cards. I'm going to clarify with your deck, Cancer, the good tarot. So you're supposed to release this Ace of Cups. What else can we learn about this? There's a putting down of a burden here. This is a 10 of fire, 10 of wands. This is very much probably about this ending, that you've been carrying a burden, very responsible, very dedicated and determined and exerting your will, that fiery wands energy towards this end, and now you're burning it up. You've completed this song and you are releasing it. So you finished something, whatever that is. Secondly, here we see the Empress. I think this card is you, as I see you, releasing yourself from this burden, from these obligations, that I'm seeing this as like some kind of obligation, and releasing your Empress heart here. And you can see that she is of earth. She's a very earthy, young, associating her with a harvest, with fall here, because she has wheat in her hand and the colors are gold and fall. But I think of her as much like the Queen of Pentacles, earthy and nurturing and stable. She's looking out away from this burden, out to me, your reader. And then there is a building with others here. Looking ahead to building something very three-dimensional here. So that's your release. We need to know more before we can totally see what the Empress... I feel the Empress appealing to me here on your behalf. Perhaps some aspect of you that is related to this Ace of Cups, your heart, that you're now unburdening yourself with these obligations, and she wants you to know that it's just time to build with others. Make something that you've envisioned real in the world. So here you are with your little real thing. This is your release. It's a very earthy Cancer I'm talking to. And the cards here are really reminding me of the Taurus reading. So you have Taurus in you. So there's an Emperor. That is knowing. So we have the Empress and the Emperor, by the way. So you have the power couple here. This is in your embrace. An 8 of fire, sending a message. Travel. Very magical. And a Queen of Earth. Wow. There is a lot of earth going on here, Cancer. This is Pentacle heaven that we're in. So the Princess of Pentacles, your embrace. And the 8 of fire, there seems to be something that it's from your heart, this message or journey. And it's very practical and small. It's just a nice little beginning. And you're bringing it from the Empress to the Emperor. And it's coming from your Queen of Earth self, your clear sense of who you are. This is so much like the Empress card. Although she seems more mature, the Queen of Earth, age-wise, deeper, grounded more in the earth, asking less. She just is in her sense of who she is, in her worth. And she looks to the 9 of Pentacles, which is a card of knowing your worth alone as a solitary person. The Queen of Earth can be very much about security and partnership with someone that makes her feel secure. She's here with the Emperor. The Empress, the Emperor, it's very stable, secure, but heart-based communication here is becoming possible as you release this 10 of fire, this burden, this obligation that has kept you wherever you've been recently. All right, so let's find out more about this hidden thing. The cards want you to know about this. 9 of Pentacles here. What do they want you to know? Right now, this just seems like a heart-based but very small message from Empress to Emperor. 8 of Earth. More you working creatively, just really Pentacles. Cancer, you're so earthy today. There's your Fool. There's your new beginning. Calling you. You're being called from this steady 8 of Earth work a day, but it's very creative and beautiful. You can see there's like a little fairy flying out from that cello. 8 of Earth is sometimes learning a new skill and working at it in a determined way. And the Fool is calling to you from, as you work. She's saying, come on, this way. And here awaits your star. So this is healing and wish fulfillment here. Looking ahead to the completion of the cycle in the future. I feel like you're being called to something you wished for from work, from this solitude and this work, this burden, this very practical and earthy tendency of yours. There's this message that you want to give. It's not at all practical. It's magical. It's childish. It's coming from your imagination, from your world of fantasy and dreams. And she is bringing that message towards the Emperor. From your very deep sense of your worth, just a little message, just a little beginning here. Beginning to move towards the 3 of Earth. See, she's envisioning, and you envision, and then you make it real in the world. So whatever it is you've been envisioning it, and that's not, the 3 of Earth is collaborating with others to bring that vision into the 3-dimensional. So I see that connected to your message, your 8 of Fire message, and all of these very powerful, stable, earthy energies that are about work and being practical. Well, the Fool is calling you away from this. And the Fool is calling you towards this Aquarian, future-oriented healing in the future. This energy that looks forward on the table here. And in the future we see an ending, the world, and also the Fool here is telling us further that there's an ending and a new beginning that you are being called to. You're literally being trumpeted towards this magical new beginning. So that's what I definitely see. Stable, earthy, worky, solid, very, perhaps you've been doing environmentalism. You've been caring for your planet. You've been gardening, metaphorically or literally. I'm gardening, literally. But that there's this a magical impulse in you that's coming from this Ace of Cups to call you out of your solitude, that you have made a beautiful home. But now you're being called towards a new beginning because you have completed this cycle. So let's find out more about this, the world. There, see, more magical. Page of Fire. This has become for me like the card of queerness, of going against the norm. And for me, the star being associated with Aquarius. Like Aquarius energy is also very outside of all these pentacles. It's futuristic. It's really the energy that we're in, supposedly, according to astrologers. We're in this space, futuristic connection with other worlds kind of energy. You can see she has this magical tiger next to her. What is on her shoulder? It's just butterflies flying off of her and stars all around her. She's just this magical, queer, futuristic alien kid. And this is part of your future, that you're being this magical underlying inner child energy of the Eight of Fire, the Fool, the Star, and now in your future, the Page of Fire. In addition, there is a Six of Fire. This is a card of victory, magical travel by balloon. I see that as a kind of protective bubble carrying you safely across what's below, that's hidden below. And you're not alone as you make this journey. Six of Fire is very much is not a journey card normally, but in this deck, because we see this sort of Peter Pan ship. I feel like you're being invited to accept this young, whimsical page princess energy in you. Not because you're immature, but you're very mature. There's Empress, Emperor, Queen of Earth here. I think of the Star as a very mature energy as well. You've done some healing. You've done some work in your Eight of Earth. You've really grounded yourself and created a secure existence from you. But something is hidden here, is that you're being called. This peacock is looking towards the world here. The Fool is calling you away from this Eight of Earth. So you're being called to this inner child journey, this magical, completely impractical Ace of Cups, liberated from obligation and practicality here, your Earth side. My cat thinks it's time to feed her whenever I'm at the table. Okay, and there is some kind of surprise, the Tower. So I said, the world is not a tower. The tower happens when you don't do it yourself. So you're being called, and if you don't answer this call, then the tower will come and it will surprise you with dramatic change. This is a Scorpio energy. It is a when I look at this, it's very historical. You know, I see this old building. It makes me think of ancient Greece. I see this stairway, a kind of ascension up this building, and I'm seeing the wind blowing out of this door here today. So we can see going up into this tower and then being blown out through this portal into the next phase. This is out of your power, and it will happen if you do not accept the call of the Fool and accept that what you've been doing, that you've done completely successfully with discipline and in a very practical way, you're being called away from that. You're done with that, to this mystical, magical, inner child journey. You're going to Neverland. Where is your Neverland, Cancer? You're being called there. It will be a victorious journey, because it will be on the heels. You'll be leaving this complete success, this world, this ending. And the warning here of a tower is, do it or we'll help you. That's what the universe and these cards want to say to you. And lest we doubt, here's the real travel card of the Six of Air. This is the other six. There is another flying ship, flying safely across the heavens. Isn't that interesting? So this is a journey that you're being called on. It could be inner, it could be in the real world. It's very magical. You have earned this. You get to be liberated here from being so responsible. And so I see you moving. I see you on a starry night, thinking about where your heart is going to lead you. And if you haven't already started traveling. It's in your near future. You are being called, almost to like the Pied Piper is calling you. So listen in those starry nights for that message, this magical message. Perhaps it's an emperor calling to you. Perhaps this message is coming from outside of you. This is what you are to embrace. And you know your worth. You've earned this stature of Empress, of Queen of Earth. But it's time to move on. It's time to move. And of course, Six of Air can be a philosophical change. So this could be an inner soul's journey, or it could be an actual 3D journey. I don't see, well, maybe we can, let's see if a third deck can tell us. Is this in the real world, or is this a spiritual journey? That's my question. Philosophical, or are you moving? Are you done where you're living and it's time to move? What's this Tower going to bring you if you don't? So Six of Pentacles is very 3D. So the answer here is appearing to be that you will have clarity. Something that you need to share. Some truth that you need to open up about. It's just not going to be revealed to us. You get the illusion card, Moon. This is a moon journey. To me, that would suggest that this is not necessarily moving in a physical sense, but it is facing some hidden truth, right? Because the Queen of Swords is getting real clarity. She's very decisive. She sees clearly. But you also have her with Seven of Swords, which is some kind of secrecy. And then put on top of that a moon journey for you. So this journey, whether you move in the physical sense, and the Six of Pentacles suggested to me that it was earthy or 3D. It's also, whether or not you actually physically move, this is also one of those moon journeys that we are privileged to go upon sometimes in our life. And it looks magical and inspired and full of Fool and fire and, you know, Peter Pan. I love this. This is you, packed up for your new journey. Enjoy. Let me know. Let me know about your journey, my friend. Okay.